Hi folks, Scunny Mac here with another away day guide. This one is for Wolves. Anybody heading to Molineux, everything you need is coming up. Okay, so Wolves. It's in the Midlands, slightly northwest of Birmingham. Molineux has been the home since 1889, making it one of the longest serving grounds in modern football. Capacity is 31,700. And the away fans are situated along the whole length of the pitch in the lower tier, opposite the dugouts in the Steve Bull stand. If you head in there and train, you're going to be going through Wolverhampton Station, which is less than 10 minutes walk from the ground itself. It's an Avanti West Coast station on the main line between Glasgow and London Euston, so you've got good access north and south. There's also a lot of local services from Birmingham on West Midlands trains, and cross-country trains passes through en route from Bournemouth or Bristol up to Manchester Piccadilly, and Transport for Wales has it towards the end of their route out of the country up to Birmingham International Airport, which also makes it handy for people coming in by plane. If you are coming through Birmingham, it takes roughly 20 minutes, depending on the service you catch, and there's lots of them. It's a well-served station and shouldn't have many problems at all with the trains, as long as there's no strikes and such going on. If you're driving though, you want to be heading for junction 10 on the M6. From the southwest, you'll come up the M5 and filter into the M6 to the west and north as that ends. If you're coming from the southeast, you'll head up the M1 to junction 19 and then join the M6 where it starts. If you're coming from the northeast, you'll be coming down the M1 to junction 23A, where you'll take the M42 south and west towards Birmingham or the M6. You'll then join the M6 at junction 8, heading west. And if you're coming from the northwest, you just come straight down the M6 to junction 10. No matter which way you come in, once you get to junction 10, you go in off along the A454, heading west into the city centre. You take that for 2 junctions, and it then takes you off the road, but it's actually a continuation of the A454 right into the centre of the city. It'll bring you in by the Premier Inn. There's parking and that around there. So on parking, if you head past the Premier Inn under the bridge, get on the ring road, and you can head for the Whitmore Hill car park, which is the club recommended one. It's just at the south side of the stadium. It's in front of the stand. It's about 3 minutes walk to the away turnstiles from there. Your postcode for that is Whiskey Victor 1 for Romeo uniform, and your what 3 words for the entrance driving in is survey person labels. There's also quite a lot of other local authority car parks around the area. Some of them can be a bit tricky to get into, especially on a match day. They close some of the roads off around there, so you may start heading to one with your sat nav and then find you can't go that way. The Premier Inn does have a car park. You do need to pre-book or pay at the pub there. It's more expensive if you pay at the pub, so pre-booking's a top tip, and you can do that on yourparkingspace.co.uk. If you are booking and heading to that one, your postcode is Whiskey Victor 10 0 Bravo Alpha, and if you head to the what 3 words of baked salad, that'll take you to the car park at the reception area of the Premier Inn, and that is also just around the corner in the same grounds from the Blue Brick pub. As far as away fan pubs are concerned, there used to be only one in Wolverhampton, despite there being 30 plus pubs within 10 minutes walk of the ground, which I find really frustrating. But despite this, it used to rank pretty well on my away days. So this season, it got worse. The pub that used to house away fans has now changed its opening times to Monday to Friday, midday to 6 p.m, which basically means they will never be open for a football match. So by changing their opening times, they've removed the facility of an away fan friendly pub. Wolverhampton does not welcome visiting supporters. I have contacted local licensing authority and attempted to get in touch with their pub watch, all of which has fallen on deaf ears. They just don't seem interested, which is really disappointing. We're not stuck in the 70s anymore. I get it if it's your local rival, but there's no need for that. Wolverhampton itself is one of the grounds with the most pubs within half a mile of it, which is a real shame because they just don't let away fans in. They will check for tickets and things like that, but yeah, that's another story. Hotels, if you are planning on stopping over, I mentioned the Premier Inn, which is just next to the Blue Brick. There's also one just across the road from the train station called the Britannia. Reasonably priced, there's lots of rooms. It's a large chain-style hotel. Your postcode for it's Whiskey Victor 1 Delta Bravo, and your what 3 words for the front is visit, keep, slip, and that is just around the corner from a large Wetherspoons. Now, officially, the Wetherspoons don't allow away fans. If you're discreet and get in early, you might be alright having your lunch and staying in there until the game. But near the game, when the door staff come on, especially groups of lads, they are going to be checking tickets, and if you've got away tickets, you aren't getting in. But anyway, it is what it is. So once you're done with that, heading up to the ground, it's 10 to 15 minute walk from either the train station or the Blue Brick. You can go up there early. They've got decent facilities in the ground. You'll get served, but you want to be on the east side of the ground. So as you're walking up to it, go right, and then you want to go to the far end of that stand. There's a large car park area. Your what 3 words for the entrance to it is ankle pasta zones. That'll get you in the right location, roughly. There's a 2-stage search process in place, so it's a bit of a faff. Give yourself 15-20 minutes to get through and into the ground so you don't miss the match. And once you get in, you'll be pretty much pitch side, although there is a running track, so you're a fair distance away. The big stand off to the right is your cop style one. The one off to the left is a safe standing one. You get noise from both, to be fair. They're a decent bunch of fans, create a good atmosphere, regardless of the score. My away day rating, obviously they've lost points because of the pub situation, which is a real shame. I spoke to some of the fans walking around the streets, and the fans are cracking. Wolves fans I've always found really easy to get along with, good crack, dead friendly, and know a lot about football. So the fact that we can mix and then they're trying to take it away, it's just depressing. You come to Newcastle, you can drink anywhere you want. Nobody cares. We'll shake your hand. We'll even buy you a pint half the time and we'll have a good crack. So the loss of the Blue Brick, it's a bigger loss than they realise for travelling fans. But anyway, there's a fan zone. It's naff. It's really, really poor. Especially because every time I seem to go to Wolves, it's raining. There's no roof on it. It's a corner of a car park that they've got cordoned off. There's one bar in it. I call it a bar. It's basically a very small, like, burger van type thing. They had 2 staff on. It was queuing all day, despite there being hardly anyone in there. And then they have a couple of portaloos in the corner. It's a really, really poor effort. And I believe the idea is, as with most Premier League clubs now, is they want to drive fans into the stadium and milk them for all they can get. Stifling the local hospitality sector, not putting anything back into the community, just taking everything that they can. And the danger is, when they finally achieve the goal, prices will go through the roof. You'll be paying £9-10 for a 330ml bottle of lager in one plastic. It's just really poor. Anyway, rant over. In the ground, again, they're doing all this, they're forcing you into the stadium, and then you're still queuing like mad at the kiosks because they can't get their acts together. The choices in there are pretty poor, just your bog standard basic stuff, and then before the game even kicked off, they were already down to one flavour of pie. It's just a poor effort. So despite having some of the best fans and the atmosphere being good, created by the fans, not the club, they're down to a 6 out of 10, which is really disappointing. It would easily be a 9, possibly a 10, if they just opened up their pubs and welcome people in, because instantly gets them a couple more points on the rating, and shortage of stuff and the queues in the ground then just goes away because people have more options. But it is what it is. Anyway, have a cracking day. Hope the result goes in your favour, and that's it from me. If you found this useful, you can help me out by clicking the subscribe button. It's free of charge and it really does help. You can also drop a like on the video itself, and why not share it with friends if you think they'll find it useful. Cheers. Thanks for watching. If you think I've missed anything or anything massively wrong, let us know in the comments, or drop me an email at awaydaylad@icloud.com. And if you found it really useful and you think I deserve a pint, you can buymeabeer.com/awaydayLad, which always goes down well, and I promise to drink them on away days.